Welcome to the Safeguarding at Brooklands College, and we're going to have a chat about transition to college. So, moving on, who am I? My name is Melissa Breeden. I'm the head of Safeguarding and Wellbeing. A little bit about myself. I've been here for 18 months. Prior to this, I've worked at other colleges such as Croydon, Coulsdon, and Nescott, and I have a wealth of experience and many years in safeguarding and wellbeing. So that's a bit about me. Let's move on. What are we going to do today? So I just want to go through some of the bits we're going to discuss today. I'm going to talk about, the safeguarding well-being we have at Brooklands. Just a quick bit about our statement and our college values, which are really dear and super important to us, especially within the safeguarding and well-being team. Enrolment, how it slightly changes for safeguarding. Talk about a college counsellor, which we're so fortunate to have. I want to touch on transition to college because I think that's a huge part of having a smooth transition to college life or sixth form life. Uh, I want to talk a bit about collaborative working, how to contact the safeguarding and wellbeing team, support and guidance. That's really important. Who you can reach out to, and any questions you might have. So let's move on. So, meet the safeguarding team. We are so fortunate at Brooklands. We have a wealth of experience within the team. As I said before, my name is Melissa Breeden. I head up the Safeguarding and Wellbeing team, and I am the DSL for the college. And DSL stands for Designated Safeguarding Lead. Now, underneath me, I have two deputies again who have a wealth of experience. I have Kay, who is a DDSL, which is a Deputy Safeguarding Lead, Maureen, who again is a DDSL, and also a staff governor here. Uh, Both have worked in safeguarding for a numerous amount of years. Maureen was once a deputy head at primary school. We also have Iona, Michelle, and Mia. Mia works in our SEND department again with a wealth of experience, and we have our college counsellor. Um, Also, we have our progress coaches, which do our more pastoral concerns and are available to all students all the time. So, that's our safeguarding team. So, the next bit I just want to touch on, which is really important, which is our safeguarding statement and our college values. So, here at Brooklands, we foster a really good environment where students feel supported, and we have an environment where they feel they can thrive. And that's really important to us. And we value diversity and inclusion and treat everyone with respect and fairness. We are committed to protect our students from all forms of abuse, and have a culture of openness and trust and transparency. And we work very closely with our parents, and that's really important. And local authorities and agencies and organisations that keep our students safe. So that's just quick overview of our statement. You can find this in our safeguarding and wellbeing policy. College values. Our college values took a long time to put together because we spoke to students, we spoke to parents, we spoke to staff, and our values is be caring, be inspiring, be collaborative, and be a champion. Um, I won't go through every bit of it, but again, you'll find this on our website, and it's super important for our students to understand our values as well as our staff. So, moving on. Uh, Safeguarding enrolment. Uh, in enrolment, safeguarding play quite a large part. So, with enrolment, there will be the safeguarding team. So, as our students come through enrolment, we are there on hand to talk through any concerns, any worries they may have. Now, I've drawn up a quick list for you of students that we would definitely want to see. And those will be students that are already known to their safeguarding team, that may suffer with poor mental health or anxiety, that may have a social worker or any sort of outside agency within their life, that may have been homeschooled, we see all our students that are under 16 because we do have a cohort of 14 to 16, and it's important that we have a wraparound service as well for them. Any child that's looked after, or a care leaver, or any special guardianship order, or private fostering, we would want to see a student. A young carer, it's really important that young carers are felt supported here. If you're living with somebody other than your parents, so I spoke about foster carers, special guardianships, or any family members, come and talk to us. If you're working with any external services, CAMS, targeted youth, police, do talk to us because we want to support you. We want to give you the best chance to fulfill your potential and be the best version of you. We also will talk to anybody who has a criminal record. And anyone that just wants to speak to us, we are available. So that's enrolment at Safeguarding. So, college counsellor. Again, as I spoke before, we are so fortunate we have a college counsellor, and we also have a trainee college counsellor. So, again, we have two people that can actively see any of our students. Now, our college counsellor offers a confidential service. The only time the college counsellor may come to the safeguarding team to disclose something if a student is at risk, and that's risk of to themselves or others. Everything else is private and confidential, and it follows the counselling rules. So, what support can our college counsellor offer? We have one to ones that can be booked, normally on the 6 week period. But if the college counsellor feels actually this young person may need a bit more support, again, that can be put in place. We also offer group sessions for students, and then they can talk to each other, they can buddy up with each other. So that's our group session. Also, we have a drop-in sensor session, which is called our Wellbeing Wednesday, um, and they can drop in on our Wellbeing Wednesday. So that's a bit about our counsellor. And again, the counsellor works very closely with the safeguarding and wellbeing team because we want to put a wraparound service round a young person. So this part is about transition to college. And it's for some students, it's a fantastic time. For other students, it's not so. And we understand that in the safeguarding team. It's not always a smooth transition. And I just want to quickly say about my own experiences with my own children who have gone through and, gone to university and left. I truly believe the biggest transition or the biggest jump for a young person is not from primary school to secondary school, and it's not from sixth form or college to uni. It is that from secondary school to either sixth form or college, I believe is the biggest jump for a young person. Why? Lots of reasons why. Those boundaries have left, they're in their own clothes. It's not Sir or Miss, it can be Melissa, you know. And sometimes young people find that a little bit tricky because they've gone through secondary school where it has been very boundary based. You're in at 9, you finish at 3:30, where here they may have a timetable that will be very different. They might only be in 3 days or 4 days. They might have a late start or an early start or a late finish. And sometimes that can throw a young person. And also, they've gone from being a big fish in a little pond to now being a little fish in a big pond. And that can be quite daunting for a young person. So, I just want to look at some of the things that we can do to help a young person. So, I spoke about a young person feeling very excited, but maybe anxious or overwhelmed by the experience. Be patient, parents, but also the young person. Be patient. You're not going to know everything in a day. You're not going to know where everything is on campus. Whilst we're not the biggest campus, you may not know where the cafeteria is, and staff are on hand to help you. So be kind to yourself and be patient. Do not expect to settle in overnight. It's perfectly normal to feel uncomfortable and nervous. One of the things we've experienced is for young people to be aware and prepared of the academic shift, you know, independent learning. College is about self directed learning. Classes may be less frequent, like I said before, and they may be a little bit more focused because you're studying one key area. So, you know, develop strong study habits is a key thing to do, and time management. We tend to find, when you've come from secondary school, you'll have your, Mr. Brown in geography, harassing you, or not harassing you, but maybe encouraging you to get that work done. Where again, we're looking at independent learning, and a little bit of the onus is on the young person. And parents is about how we can support them together, the college, you, and the young person, that tripod effect for the young person. Now, we spoke about course structure. So be aware, some different, you may be asked to do assessments, essays, presentations, maybe exams, and there will be deadlines. So it's important to familiarise yourself with some of the resources we have at college. That could be the library, stuff you can gather online, and, just talking to your tutor, maybe talking to your progress coach. So understanding what's available. Now, workload. The workload can be slightly more demanding than school, so be prepared for a slightly heavier workload. So be able to manage your time effectively to avoid that stress. And as we said, develop good study practice and self care. Look after yourselves. So, moving on, I want to talk about building a support system. So, for a young person, it's really important to build a strong support system that can make a big difference to success at college. And don't be afraid to reach out for help or support. Talk to family, to friends, talk to parents, your siblings, close friends about how you're feeling. That's okay. And they can offer emotional support and practical advice. Make friends at college. I know it's going to be, some friends you may know, but you're going to meet new people. College is a great place to meet new people. One of the things I would say, attend social events, go to societies, go to clubs, participate in those extra curriculum activities. You'll make friends. Big one that we find in safeguarding and well-being, be able to balance your social and your academic life. That's really important because you have to have that balance. And that's preparing you for the world of work as well, that you have that balance. It's no good to just study and study and study. You do have to have a social life as well, but don't let your social life overtake your importance of your studies. Next, so college resources. What do we have here at Brooklands? We are so fortunate. We have a variety of support systems here. We have counselling, which we've touched on. We have tutoring services. We have student support groups. One of them being LGBTQ community. We have lots of resources here. I could go on and on. We also have the Learning Hub. So the Learning Hub is by reception. It's a quiet area, and you can go in there and do learning, if you need to revise, if you need to do assignments. And also within that resource area, you have your progression coaches, and they can support you as well. Again, we spoke about the progression coaches. Take advantage of these resources if you need them. They're free, and there's not many things in life that are free. So, really take advantage of what we have here. So, develop good study skills. This is really important, that you do develop those habits. They're essential to your academic success. And your progression coaches within your tutorials can help you develop those skills. It's really important. So, create a study schedule, allocate time for studying each day or each week. You might be a learner that needs to do small chunks, have a small break, another chunk, have a break. Understand the type of learner you are and build your study schedule that suits you, but do dedicate time to studying. Stick to your schedule as much as you can. We know things happen, but it's really important to build a good study program and try and stick to it. Find a dedicated study space. This is important. There is no point, um, you know, sitting in front of the telly with all your siblings around you, mum cooking in the background or dad cooking in the background or whatever. That's not a dedicated space that's going to help you study. And it might be, again, go back to studying resources at college, come to the learning hub. That's a quiet area. Try and minimize the distractions like your phone, electronics, and social media. We're all guilty of a little bit of social media, but it's having that balance. That's really important. Um, Take effective notes. Pay attention in class, obviously, and take detailed notes. Now, rewrite or summarize some of your notes after class. That will reinforce your learning, and that's really important. And look at different styles of note taking techniques. Mind mapping is a great one if somebody is dyslexic. You mind map because that's how the brain may work. And these are, you can talk to your progress coaches, your tutors, and look at what's an effective note taking for you and your style of learning. So, moving on with study, back still continuing with good study habits. So, active learning, test yourself regularly, go back on your notes. One of the things, BBC Bite Size is always good for maths and English if you're still continuing with those subjects, but that's also a good website to look at. Um, Also look at joining study groups or collaborative working, which goes back to our college values, with other learners. It's a great way, talking to your peers. Take a break. Schedule short breaks every 20 to 30 minutes to avoid burnout. That's what we don't want. Burnout can also cause stress and anxiety and for you to be overwhelmed. When you're taking a break, get up, move around, have a stretch, listen to music, be active, get out of the chair, have a little walk around the block, walk into the garden. It's having a stretch, doing what you need to have a proper break. And then you'll feel more focused when you go back to your learning. Time management. Identify your most important tasks and prioritize them. So you might do a list and have a look at that list. And there's nothing more gratifying when you can tick off something off your list. I've done that, and you can feel quite satisfied. So that would be something I would look at. Break down large assignments into smaller chunks. That makes it more manageable. When we're looking at assignments, if something's huge and you think, I don't know how I'm going to do that, break it down. Break it down into small elements. And again, talk to tutors, talk to progress coaches. If you're unsure how to do that, they will help you. That's what they're there for. Um, Planning. Planning a to-do list, which I spoke about, a list, track your assignments and deadlines. Reward yourself. If you're doing something well, reward yourself, pat yourself on the back. Please do that because it's important. And that's also about taking care of yourself. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating healthy? And are you exercising regularly? So, yeah, we're going to move on to self care because that is just as important as getting your assignments done. If you're not looking after yourself, how will you complete your assignments, with the best way possible? So, taking care of yourself. Sleep is so key. Devices, move your devices away. Maybe leave your devices downstairs charging, and have a proper sleep. Eating healthy, that's really important, and exercise. Um, and it's such a good way to help you manage stress and maintain your overall well-being, which is super important. um, Mental health. College can be stressful. Yeah, it can be. But prioritize your mental health by taking breaks, practicing self care, and seeking support if needed. Come and talk to the counsellor. Come and talk to the Safeguarding and Wellbeing team. We can give you those techniques, to maintain good mental health. Physical health, that's just as important as your mental health. Time management, which we've gone over a few times. But again, put things in your diary. You can put in your diary, right, I'm going to meet up with a friend, I'm going to go for coffee or whatever. That's important as well. So, joining groups, I love this part. So, at Brooklands, we have groups that you can join. We have enrichment programs, which are really brilliant. So, connect with your college community. That will make your life at college a more enjoyable and pleasant experience. So, attend events. You might be feeling a bit overwhelmed, but I promise you, once you step through that door, you will enjoy it. Join clubs, organisations, participate in campus activities. Now, within our campus, we have lots of pop ups, we have lots of organisations that come in, give advice, they'll sit in our learning environment. It might be sexual health, it might be couth, it might be a range of different things. So, enrichment. It's a great time to meet new people and build relationships with your peers. So, what does enrichment look like at college? Um, we have enrichment areas, so it can be active and sports, creative, service and volunteering, and education. What does that look like? I've given you four areas. So, active and sports. It's a great way to meet new people and stay healthy. So we have things like five-a-side football, badminton, men's football, women's five-a-side, and basketball. And that's part of our sports enrichment. So creative, we have student press, we have creative writing clubs, and we have the debate club. So again, that comes under our creative. So when we're looking at our well, service and volunteering. The college is committed to its local community, and we work with local charities, especially within safeguarding, to support local residents, and you can be involved with that. Education, designed to support students with a desire to continue with their academic studies away from the classroom. Again, we have the writing club, which I spoke about, and our debate club. So, practical tips. Travel and accommodation. If you're moving into a new area or traveling to a new destination, do research how to get there. Have a practice run. Okay, so if you're coming to Weybridge and that may not be an area you're familiar with, before you start at Brooklands, do have a dummy run. Come and have a cup of coffee in our local high street. Get familiar with the area. That's always a good way to reduce stress and anxiety when you're coming to college for the first time. Budgeting. Create a realistic budget to cover travel, food, and social activities. Now, you may qualify for bursary, and that will be touched on in our webinar next week. But if you wanted to talk about bursary, the safeguarding team are here, but we also have a bursary department as well that can talk to you. And we're all willing to support you and guide you through the process. Part time work. If you feel up to it, I would explore a part time job because you can gain work experience and earn a little bit of extra income. And also, that gives you another element away from college. Explore your college. Like I said before, attend events, familiarize yourself with the campus facilities. Find where our quiet areas are. We have a quiet area in our media department. You might want to explore the canteen. You might want to explore all the things around campus that are available to you. So, do that is a practical tip. Now, remember, every student's experience is unique. Be adaptable, seek support when needed, and enjoy your new chapter in education. So, moving on. Safeguarding, collaborative working. I want to show you some of the things that the safeguarding team do collaborative, and that's part of our college values. So we have the NHS come in and we look at vaccination programs. So if they've missed any of the vaccinations and they want to have it done, we have a day set aside that they can have it done. It's all documented and it's all sent to their GP. We also have a sexual health clinic. They come every second and fourth Thursday of the month. It's all private and confidential. You can ask for advice, you can ask for lots of things, and they will work with you. One of the things we're really proud of, we work with local police with violence against women and girls, and they come again and they give talks. They hand out equipment that will keep you safe. A great thing to be part of and to come and view. Some of the other collaborative working we work with is Charlie's Promise, Papyrus. Papyrus is a suicide prevention. We worked with them as a pilot scheme, and I'm so proud to say that over 118 members of staff are trained in suicide prevention with Papyrus because we were part of a pilot scheme with them, and it worked so well. We work with police, identifying county lines, and educating our students what that looks like. Keith come in, and they work with our students as well. Another thing we did this winter was keep warm and stay warm. The safeguarding team help with students keep warm this summer. So we had students and staff donate coats and hoodies, and we gave them out free of charge for students that needed them. I do want to make a special thank you to the marketing team. I think they gave us a huge amount of hoodies with our safeguard with the Brooklands emblem on, and yeah, we didn't have enough to give. The students came asking for more. Water and Charity are amazing. They make a donation to us every year, and some of the things we have done with that money is we've set up a food bank and we've got grab and go bags. So when a young person may be in a position where they're homeless or they're having a trying time, they can take a grab and go bag from us. And in that will be like a toothbrush, toothpaste, wipes, dry shampoo, underwear, deodorants. We have also, with this money, reached out to some of our more needy students and bought uniform and safety equipment for them. We also are pleased to say that we have a number of equipment here for students that may have forgotten their equipment, and it happens. But at least by borrowing the equipment from the Safeguarding and Wellbeing team, they're still in class. So they're still able to go to class. And that's really important that they don't miss out on learning. Mobile phones, again, when a student is in a maybe a trying or difficult time, we're able to lend them a mobile phone, and they are still in contact with the safeguarding team. This Christmas, we had 20 hampers that went out to students, which had lots of goodies in it, and they were wonderful. So that's our collaborative working. So how do you contact us is a big thing. How can you get in touch with us? So in the safeguarding team, we have QR codes everywhere, which I will show you in a minute. But we are based in L09, which is Lock King. Alternatively, students and parents can call us or email us, and the QR code is on our website. So you can, get your phones out, QR code us, and that will take you to being able to contact us. Support and guidance. So if we're not available, there are support and guidance you can reach out to, and that will be part of this webinar. Um, One of the things I want to show you is this is our poster that you will find throughout the college. And again, we have our QR code and all our details. So some of the things in safeguarding, we will also have literature which is dotted about the college, and that can cover things like knife crime, self-harm, bereavement. So if a young person doesn't feel they can come to us, they can take a leaflet, and everything to support them is on that, again with our details as well. We always hope and encourage our students to come and talk to the safeguarding team. While I'm on that, I just want to quickly tell you, in safeguarding, we have our own system. So tutors cannot view information on our safeguarding system. The only people that can view that information is the safeguarding team. We do liaise with tutors as long as we have consent from our students and parents as well. So, support, as I said earlier, these are some of the organisations we work really closely with, and that anybody can reach out to. Papyrus, like I said, they came and did a pilot scheme, and over 180 members of staff are trained in suicide prevention. We have online safety, Childline, Samaritans, Young Minds. I could go on and on. So that is all our support that you can reach out to. And any questions? So one of the questions, do we cross over with Send? Yes, we do. We work really closely with Send. I actually have a designated safeguarding and wellbeing officer that only does Send. So yes, we do work very closely with Send, and we do have a designated officer just for Send. Is that my only question? Any other questions? Oh, yeah. Oh. If a student didn't have any HCP, yes, every student has access to the Safeguarding and Wellbeing team, no matter if they have an EHCP or not. If they come under our um, Vickers building, which is our SEND department, it doesn't matter if they have an EHCP, our dedicated SEND safeguarding officer will pick that up. So please don't worry. And even if a young person is in main college, again, we have someone to pick up all concerns. Any other questions? Oh, I think, yeah, I've answered that one. If they don't have any HCP, doesn't matter. We're here for everybody. Yeah, that's it. I think that's a wrap. Okay, thank you for coming, and I wish you all a lovely night. And yeah, feel free to contact Safeguarding, myself personally. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Laura. Um, if you ever want to contact us, feel free to do so. One of the other things I do want to offer, if your young person is struggling to come in and you know they might have a wobble, you're more than welcome to come and do a site visit. If you contact me, I'm happy to walk around the college so they're familiar with the college before they even start. So that's my offer to everyone. If you are worried about your young person, please, 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 reach out to us. That's what we're here for.